So yeah, just to check real quick what the maps are. So s1aY picked ASDF, s1aY picked Deep. Very excited to see Deep, first time today. And the decider is Deck.
Oh, that's probably the highest level game of Deck you can get in UT4.
I mean, that really does confirm who the best Deck player is, I think, of UT4.
I think s1aY is the only player with a winning record against znatch on Deck, but it's still really close. It's like 48, 52, something like that.
And Anzu is saying Deck would be amazing. I have to agree. It would be really cool to see 3 maps. And actually, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it would be cool to see Deck because these players are both, you know, so good on it. And I think it really will define who is the best Deck player of UT4, at least in Europe. So I will tell the players that we are ready. And it looks like we are going to start this game. And let's turn the music off and go serious mode. Of course, both players have respect for each other. Hearts coming out. Let's actually start with s1aY this map, because this was his map pick. And what do you think about this matchup, Flick? Tell me a bit about your opinion.
Well, znatch is very comfortable on this map. s1aY's obviously no slouch, but I think I'd have to edge it to znatch, especially because we saw rreav earlier beat s1aY on ASDF. These combos so close, and znatch takes the risk, goes up the pad, and that gives him the 100. And also this 50, nice natural delay on that 100 armor, nice snipe as well. And now znatch, he essentially just wants to catch s1aY without running into a combo. And he blocks the shot call from s1aY.
Oh, but they're actually very well played by s1aY, and now he's back into this this shield belt. Perhaps he can definitely contest it after that amount of damage that he did. And there it is. He just primary hits with shock and forces s1aY to back off and wins himself a shield belt. Even though s1aY looked to be in the better position. And wow, s1aY hitting some shots there and does get that first frag. And actually, let's move over to s1aY.
Oh, as he just whiffs a snipe. He goes up the jump pad and does so much self-damage with that rocket that he actually dies with the enforcer spawn. Man, if znatch dodged for that health instead of jumped, he might have lived. But this is a great spawn from znatch. And a 300 armor for him. So still everything to play for. I think this 50 will go to znatch. He's won himself a shock as well, so he can defend himself. And s1aY's going to have to stick with a 25. Not even confident enough to go for those vials.
Yeah, s1aY playing a very patient game here. He's trying to just figure out where znatch is, but now of course he heard him. Just want to fire a few sniper shots before he can really get into s1aY's face. Of course, s1aY did pick up the 150 armor, and wow, big combo there by s1aY. Pretty much forces s1aY to be on the defensive yet again.
Oh, and he was caught down low. I don't think he wanted to be down there. And s1aY's just going to take that opportunity to finish him off with a shock primary. And now s1aY's in a terrible position. He's going to have to make do with the bio, which is not what you want to do.
And if you thought rreav had a good link, then s1aY definitely also has a good link. And that said, s1aY also has an insane link. I feel like every player in the playoffs have a good link.
Yeah.
Of course, they're...
Even Zion earlier was showing us how good his link was against znatch. And
yeah, and of course that makes sense because, I mean, these are the top players in Europe right now.
Oh, I think s1aY's potentially won himself the belt. That combo was so close. The rocket will finish him off before he dives onto it. But now...
Oh, nice combo there by s1aY. Very, very, very well placed. Not easy to hit those.
Snatch is just going all in. Doing as much damage as he can early on. He's got himself these armors. Trying to make s1aY pay for not having any guns, and now he's down to 60 HP. And the link is out from znatch. Oh, s1aY dodges over that shock. That's going to waste a couple of seconds. znatch is going to dive for him with the rockets. And the primary will finish him off. znatch 6-1 now. Potentially 7-1 if you can get this spawn frag. And I don't know, s1aY, I think he just needs to slow the game down, but znatch isn't letting him.
znatch really putting a lot of pressure on s1aY, just always keeping him on the defensive and not letting him grab a whole lot of weapons. He's always with either one or two in his holster, and very hard to come back in this game if you have such a strong opponent. That wow, and this link is so good by both players actually. Like I was gonna say znatch had good link there, but s1aY actually did a lot of damage there, almost killing znatch also.
And now if he gets this kill here, that's the 100 and a chance for him. Both players 35 there. znatch will be the winner. That could have been a real turning point in the game for s1aY. But now he's done loads of damage, but unfortunately he just doesn't have the armor to challenge there.
And we saw last game already, even though znatch did lose that series, that his aim was on fire. He was hitting a lot of shock primaries, and it's the same in this matchup right now. He's just hitting a tremendous amount of these primaries. Here's another one, and keeps pressure.
And the fake out from s1aY will not confuse znatch. Just gonna shoot that corner combo. And this is surely a frag from znatch. And look, if you just go to the belt.
And
GG called by s1aY. I don't even blame him. Like, a game going that badly, sometimes you just want to be away from it.
Definitely, yeah. This was a rough game for s1aY.
Not even a single 100 armor.
He was always in a really tough situation. Like znatch had such a good map block on s1aY on this map so far, or at least how this map played out. He just didn't give s1aY a lot of room to do anything. Of course, we're gonna now play deep, which is definitely a map that I would say s1aY is pretty damn good at.
I'd have to agree with you there.
I'm definitely, I feel like one of the better players on deep, and s1aY always does give me a lot of trouble on this map. But znatch, of course, also very, very capable of doing good on this map. But that said, it is s1aY's map pick, and if he wants to stay in this tournament, he has to win this. Force the third map decider who goes through. But
this is the map to do it on if you're s1aY, because pretty much suits s1aY's playstyle of being aggressive pretty perfectly. You know, it's a porous map. You can get through it quickly. And znatch, he's a player that wants to sort of zone you out of certain areas, which is a bit more difficult to do on this map as it is so easy to move around.
And that said, we are going to jump into map 2 right now. Of course, znatch winning that first one.
3, 2.
And let's actually start with s1aY.
Gets the shock spawn. Goes straight to those vials.
I actually really love this spawn. Every time I get the option, I always take this spawn, because as you can see, s1aY already took so many vials and 2 very important weapons, and I think Flak is definitely a good weapon on deep.
Oh, 2 primaries gonna send znatch running. Oh, and s1aY's seen him from across the map. znatch only got that. Oh no, he does have a shock. Unable to connect with the combo. And s1aY will take first blood. Needs to get over to this 100 armor. But that will delay it for the next belt. And znatch is taking a link fight that he cannot win.
Not think znatch wants that fight, and wisely does back off.
Oh, but here's a confrontation.
Here he's in a tough spot, but he does have the right weapon out.
That flak bomb from znatch was so good, but just not enough. And he will have to go for that 50, which has been up the whole time, in fact.
Ooh, and this could be bad for znatch.
Oh, he's missed the jump. 300 armor for s1aY. We'll take him back up to 150.
Did hit two nice snipers and a really sick combo actually. Forces s1aY to back off. Of course, snatch has
so
that position.
even right now. And that combo could have been everything for s1aY. All those health packs are such bait right now.
Ooh, and s1aY does get that headshot. Wouldn't even have mattered. Any shot would have killed him there with the sniper.
And I think s1aY's actually got a position on this 100 armor. Virtue of znatch not actually having much health after that fight. You know, I like the move there by znatch. Just put yourself in an unusual position to get the snipe. Oh, s1aY's done so much damage, but this belt isn't up for a couple more seconds. Znatch is going to have to defend it somehow.
And he wants to try and deny this shield belt, but it's not working. And perhaps trying to deny that actually might kill him here, because snatch, or s1aY rather, feels confident to go for the hunt now. Of course he's looking for him. He knows that he should be in this area somewhere. Now snatch does get that 100 armor. I feel like s1aY might have given that a bit for free, as we have a small leg spike there. Hope the players did not experience that.
Yeah, I think you might be right. s1aY's kind of let znatch get back into a position where he's safe. But znatch just dived right into him, taking so much link damage and not done any flak in return. And this 100 armor will go to s1aY for sure. Znatch is going to have to recoup his... get some health vials and some of the smaller armors. But s1aY's just left the 100.
Yeah, he's really showing too much respect to his opponent right now. He really had a few chances here to push the issue, I feel like, and I think he's giving snatch too much room to grow his stack. And
he's going in with the link, and flak is out for znatch. Working a bit better for snatch this time, but oh, that 180 shot primary actually pushed snatch back, and he couldn't hit that combo, which would have surely been the end of s1aY. So nice there.
Ooh, and now I feel like he just needs to whip out his link and go for the kill here. And he does, but he does get hit by that sniper, by snatch. That has been hitting all his shots so far this game. Like, really keeping him in the game.
Oh, missed combos from both players, but s1aY's down so low now. Luckily he has those health packs to back onto. But the 100 arm's not for at least 5 seconds. Snatch has got a position, an opportunity to get a good position. He dives in with the flak.
And snatch has been so good with this flag so far, but now he's not finding the shots. Does now. Just one more shot will do it, and the flag ball does finish him off, and now the game is tied.
Oh, but s1aY's got the best spawn in the world.
Does get that 150 shield. You're right. That's such a great spawn. Now he needs to get this sniper for free, and he does.
s1aY, in fact, went around that corner so quickly that he went past the prediction shot combo that's naturally lying in wait for him. And now 100 is up. Snatch doesn't actually need it. Neither does... well, s1aY could use the extra armor, actually.
Yeah, of course it does stack now. Can get back to 150.
This is a very different game to ASDF. Much
Definitely.
more slow-paced. s1aY kind of stuck here, actually. And that's going to give znatch free reign to take the vials at the top, get some guns, make sure he's got all the ammo, get position on this belt, and s1aY.
Ooh, he just sneaks past snatch, actually. And I feel like he just has to go in here. And again, I think he put a bit too much respect to his opponent yet again. I think we want to be confident in these spots and just try to force the issue when you know you have the edge. And now he does take a lot of damage, but he's still... and now snatch does take the lead. And
yeah, I think you're right. s1aY, he needs to... he's taking sort of half-assed fights in a way where he's not going to get the kill, but he's also not going to die himself. But snatch seems to be winning them. I think he just needs to go all in at some point.
the thing I'm afraid of is that I don't think snatch will give him this room if he was in s1aY's position, and I think it might happen actually, because s1aY is giving snatch so much room to come back in this game.
Yeah, he's essentially conceding this belt, and that's really bad if you're s1aY. And
yeah, and like I said, I don't think Snatch will give you the room to really recover. Like right now, of course, he has to have some respect for s1aY because s1aY's stack is very decent. But in the scenario where s1aY has 100 health, I think Snatch. Whoa! As I say that, he does hit a very nice headshot.
And this is quite patient, and I think it might pay off for him.
And now he has to
Now he
just
needs
go
to do
for
it.
it. Come on, s1aY, what are you doing?
The combo was so clean. Snatch it down so low. I think s1aY's just trying to cut him off, but what he really needs to do is just run at him. Oh, and he just can't connect. He absolutely cannot lose this next belt. Because if he lets Znatch recover from this, then that's a real missed opportunity. I think he's just going to sit on the belt. And look, Znatch is back up to
and Snatch will not go for this arm. He doesn't bait anything out there because Snatch would never go for this shield belt because he's a smart player, you know. He will just take the 100, he will just take some vials and stay safe. So I think as in s1aY's position, you just need to take that shield belt the moment it comes up and then try to contest this 100. But of course,
that combo.
He does hit a very nice combo. And let's see if he does try to finish it off now.
But Znatch, look at this. He's just going to walk over this 100 armor. He left it up for so long and then positioned himself in such a way that he could just back onto it. s1aY though, big health stack. He's just waiting for the right opportunity to abuse that stack advantage, but he doesn't seem prepared to take the big fight.
And I do feel like that s1aY is back. I think his mental is kind of reset now, and he seems to be more confident in his ability. He's like going for fights more, but Snatch does take this 100 belt, or 150 belt, excuse me. This could be huge for Snatch here. Could be the turning point of the game.
And the difference there is that Znatch used the belt. Oh, but s1aY, it's a magnificent combo. Snatch is so low.
Oh, and Snatch just survives with 10 HP again. It feels like he keeps surviving with so little HP. It's almost frustrating to look at. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, this game, it's been close at times. It could absolutely be, you know, s1aY 5 or 6 frags up. Given the control he's had.
Nice shot there. Can he follow it up now?
Black
Has
is
to
dangerous.
respect this flag. Flag, of course, super powerful, and if your opponent is at the wall. And now it feels like the game is reset yet again. And this, we cannot forget, guys, that if s1aY loses this game, he's out of the tournament. So he might therefore play a little bit more cautious than perhaps that he should. You know, and that's perhaps what is on his mind right now, that he just really wants to stay in this tournament and play this out methodically.
He's kind of playing into Znatch's style. s1aY, typically a player that will go very aggressive, and he's obviously very good at it. So maybe his nerves are preventing him from playing the style that would normally, you know, carry him through these kind of games. But it seems like this will be an overtime.
2, 1.
Yep, 2 minutes added. So that's going to give the players a little more time to play for.
Yeah, and of course it's not a sudden death overtime, guys. In UT4 you play out 2 minutes and then...
Ooh, all of s1aY's armor has just been deleted.
Ooh, and this could be the turning point of the game. s1aY doesn't have to be here
One more
anymore.
shot.
He should have just backed off, but he hits a nice rocket, but he still goes down. Let's actually...
He's managed to get to this 100 armor, but Snatch baits him perfectly. Great patient play by Snatch, and now this is where s1aY is going to get punished for not making those moves earlier in the game, because he just didn't have a lead.
Yes, and Snatch, to be fair, also did a really good job at, again, keeping space between him and his opponent. And you know, he can do the same thing now, though. He has 1 minute to do the exact same thing what he just did for 10 minutes. Which is just play smart, just play responsive rather than proactive. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to force anything. He's essentially a 2-0 lead now because it's overtime. s1aY has to
Oh,
get 2
s1aY.
kills to win this.
Couldn't get any ticks of damage with that link and snatch. That's an opportunity for him to heal up. The belt is up, and that combo is perfect.
Oh,
and that's going to be it, I
game.
think. Yep. GG is called by s1aY.
GG's, yeah.
A shame we won't see deck, because that absolutely could have gone s1aY's way if maybe just 1 or 2 of those early fights he'd committed a bit more.
Absolutely a little bummed that we don't get to see deck. I can't believe I'm saying it because I hate the map deck with all my heart. But here I actually really wanted to see it so much. And yeah, we don't get to see it, guys. But guess what? We will have the 2 finalists right now. And I do want to say that s1aY still played, you know, again, I think he was not playing his highest level all day, actually. I think he knows he can play better than this. And I think perhaps he was a little tired. Maybe he didn't get to practice enough or something like that. I'm not sure what happened, but it definitely did feel like he was not playing to his best ability, I guess.